Hey there, I'm Alanis here in Mesa, talking to Combat here with.
My name's Holden. I play in combat.
Yeah, so you guys are getting ready, day one of your fall tour. How you feeling?
Yeah, buddy. I am feeling fine.
Feeling just okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing a few headliners right before we tour with Pinkshift, where we're going to be the first band of three. So it's, I guess it's nice to do, but it's odd. We haven't been. This is only our second time on the West Coast, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, coming all the way from Maryland
Yeah,
to
buddy.
do this. So, what is like the scene in Maryland like right now?
In Baltimore, it is a ton of hardcore, which is very cool, and I think it's one of the best places you can be for hardcore music at all. There's like a band that starts every week and a half, and it's pretty rad. Uh, but there is kind of very little outside of that. Like, there's all these bands, but there isn't much. Hardcore is the only scene
Yeah.
that we really have in Maryland or really in Baltimore. There's a lot more like indie rock stuff in the area, kind of closer to DC, which is very cool. But yeah, ton of hardcore, and it is a undeniably fantastic city for hardcore.
Yeah. So, speaking of tours, Joyce Manor next year, huh?
Yep.
What's it like to go on tour with them, or to
I
think
can't
about
tell
that?
you.
Yeah, I'd like to think about that. You know?
It's very cool. They're one of my favorite bands ever. I mean, like when I go home, I will lay in bed and see two Joyce Manor posters I have hung up, or just things pertaining to them. So yeah, they're a really, really big band for me, and I am still kind of in disbelief that we are even playing any shows with them, let alone tour. And I'm really excited to play with Military Gun and Teen Mortgager from DC. That's gonna be really fun. But yeah, that's gonna be crazy. That'll be our biggest tour by a lot,
Yeah.
and so very excited for that.
Yeah. So before the interview, we talked about a lot of bands from like the 2010s and stuff like that. What kind of influence did that era of emo have on Combat's music?
To be honest, I wouldn't say that there's a ton of like emo influence on the music itself. Sometimes I'll like pick up something from like a friend of mine's band that makes contemporarily similar, I guess, kind of emo music. But it's a lot of just indie rock and stuff like
Okay.
that. And I guess if you count like bands like Pedro the Lion or With the Weaker Thans as emo-ish,
Yeah.
a lot of that. But yeah, I honestly like emo is not one of the bigger influences musically anyway.
Okay. And then, so I want to talk about your latest single, Bob Dylan to Me.
Uh-huh.
What is the story behind that track? Because I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan myself.
Bob Dylan to me is a line from a band called the Minutemen.
Okay.
Uh,
Double nickels on the dime.
Double Nickels on the Dime. It's from, I think, History Lesson Part 2, Josh? Yeah. History Lesson Part 2. And I really like that band, or at least I used to really like that band. And I kind of just wanted to use that line in a song because in that song it's very meta. And so that if I put that in another song and applied a different meaning, it'd be like double
Yeah.
meta. And I just thought that'd be really funny. Not funny, but you know.
You know, referential.
Yeah, just mentally stimulating for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a song that I tried locking myself in a basement for a week to write a record and to figure out if that worked for me. And it didn't work for me, but that was the only song I wrote.
Okay.
So,
So is that song a sign of things to come then, or do you think? Because you said you locked yourself in there for a week to write the album.
I would say that it is indicative of what I'm writing currently.
Okay.
But it is not a single from a new record or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming into this new tour, we're gonna be getting a lot of stuff from like Stay Gold.
Oh yeah.
And now that the album's about a year old, right? What's it like now that the album's been out for a little while?
I think that it's interesting because it simultaneously doesn't feel like it's been out for very long and feels like it's been out for forever. You know, I think it feels like we're kind of still trying to get our footing as a band, which is, hey, I'm not complaining. I think it's very cool, the position that we're in right now. It's very exciting. But yeah, it still kind of feels like we're kind of implanting this album, which is funny because it's the primary record that people know us by. But yeah, it's been cool. I mean, I've been sitting with Stay Golden as a song since I was 17.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the record has existed to me for a lot of my life.
Okay.
But
Just finally put it to an album
yeah,
track.
finally people can hear it and we can play it and people will know what it was. Because we played a lot of those songs for like 2 years before the record even came out. So, I have a really hard grasp on, or difficult grasp on how it actually feels.
So the album before that also had Gold in the title.
Yeah,
The
yes,
next
it
album,
did.
you got to just keep it going with gold. Everything.
Well, so when the Christmas record, that's what we call it.
Yeah.
When the Christmas record was being written, that was like Stay Golden was 75% written, and I was kind of frustrated that it was just taking forever, and I just didn't know when it would come out, and so we jokingly, kind of spitefully, sat down. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write a Christmas album, and at that point in time, Stay Golden was gonna be a fully gold themed album.
Okay.
And there were gonna be like gold records and bullshit. And I abandoned a lot of the visual aesthetic. But Gold Lang Syne is a remnant of that timeline.
So I say you just gotta keep on double and triple down on that gold motif.
I hate gold.
It's a gaudy. It's a very
I
gaudy
think it's
color.
real ugly.
It is.
Yeah.
But just keep going on that rabbit hole, and then just like if anyone ever questions you, I go, never noticed it.
Yeah, I know. That's an
sometimes-
interesting observation.
Or
Yeah.
like gaslight your fans. Like, why would you make that connection?
I don't see.
I don't
it's just
see
music.
that. Yeah, it's just the music, man. So like, going from the Baltimore like hardcore scene, what are some things you've kind of noticed across the country on like all the various tours you've been going on?
Sometimes there will be like, sometimes you look at your scene and you're like, man, this is like busted, you know, and you'll like, like tease on like a certain type of band where you're like, dude, I cannot believe this exists, and you go other places and you're like, holy shit, this kind of thing is everybody has their own little bands they joke on or type of band they joke on or weird scene vibe or shtick. You know, it's funny going to other places and being like, oh yeah, they got him here too. You know, that's been one of the more kind of eye-opening things about it.
Yeah, and like one of the bands that I'm like thinking of is like Turnstile, right?
Yeah.
What was it like seeing Turnstile do that free show in the park earlier this year?
I went.
You went to that?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was great. I mean, it was funny because, 3 of the people in this room saw Turnstile do that exact thing in 2019 with End It and this band called Truth Cult to maybe 250 people in the middle of the city, in like the middle of the day. And it was an amazing show. But it was surreal then going to see the show they did at the Wyman Dell. And they did a similar thing back in 2021, but this one was like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. At some point they had to stop the show because like one of the PAs started falling. And so there was like a 10-minute intermission. But yeah, it was one of the craziest shows I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, the
Very
footage,
memorable.
like I've seen Turnstile like 5 times now,
Yeah.
and every time I see him, just blown away even more.
Right.
First time was in 2019, like the smallest stage at Riot Fest.
Oh yeah,
And then-
we were there.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There was a kid crowd surfing in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that was dude. Yeah, it's great. And then to finally see them like being this and then the last time they played Riot Fest, they were the headliner right before Foo Fighters.
Right. Yeah,
It's,
I
like,
was
insane.
also at that.
23, great
Yeah,
year.
they were fantastic.
Yeah.
That show.
Oh, dude,
really
that show was so great. Lost my phone, got like trampled.
Nice.
10 out of 10 experience, would do it again. But yeah, so, and also I wanted to kind of ask about where did the name Simply Combat come from?
It was a grave error, and I really wish I didn't do it, to be completely honest with you, because it's really difficult to look up. You can't look up Combat Band, you can't look up Combat Baltimore. That'd be real specific. But no, I had a record that I wrote that was just like 4 songs I wanted to put on Bandcamp, and I didn't have a name until I just put it up. And so it's like, Combat.
Sure.
And then I press enter.
Yeah.
And I've been having to live with it.
Yeah, because whenever I hear combat in the world of music, I think of Combat Wounded Veteran.
Yeah.
And you guys did an Orchid t-shirt
We did
a
do an
few
Orchid t-shirt.
years ago. Did Screamo and like emo violence ever play a role in like your writing process or influence you in any way?
I think like, as far as how it actually manifests in the music, very minimally.
Okay.
There's one song on the Christmas record called Lang Syne
Yeah.
that has sort of screamo-y-ish stuff at the end of it, and then a very long, like, kind of drone metal part. But no, I think it influenced, like, a lot of my learning guitar.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to pinpoint a straight up emo violence influence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's
Great
great.
music.
So the final question is, what is the combat song you're most proud of at the moment?
The released combat song I'm most proud of is Weird Ending Explained Part 2, which is the last song on Stay Golden.
Yeah.
I'm very, very proud of that song. I think that might be our best song. If not, it's the Epic Season finale, which is the second to last track.
All right, sick. Well, hey, thank you so much for talking. I can't wait to see you out there.
That's what's up.
Sick.